Okay, so we have edited together our speech and our music, so it should sound okay. There's a few other things you could consider doing here. Now, if you're really struggling with Audacity and you've got as far as this, it's probably fine and you can just export it. I'll come back to exporting in just a moment. But if you are feeling a bit confident and you want to try and make it sound as polished as possible, there's a few wee things that you could do here. So, if I look at the speech here and just play it for a moment. It was Octopus by Release, what a great track. Now, relative to the... So that was Octopus by Release, it's maybe a wee bit quiet. Okay, so you might want to double click on that. You can go into Effect and you could normalize it. So normalizing takes the loudest bit of your audio and pushes it to, in most cases, 0 decibels. Here it's set to normalize peak amplitude to -2, which is almost as loud as it can get. So if I click on OK, you can see that makes everything louder. That was Octopus by Release. What a great track! What a great band. The joke is that that's my band. Now, using the music as a kind of guide here. So that was Octopus by Release. What a great track, what a great band. I would maybe say that speech is probably a bit too loud. So if you find that's the case, you can click on Edit and go to Undo. Try it again. So Effect, Normalize. Let's do Normalize peak to -5. Let's try that. So it's just so it doesn't sound too out of place with the rest of the music. So that was Octopus by Release. That sounds okay. I mean, you could spend a bit more time just fiddling with that. So that sounds okay. What I would recommend doing is applying fades to any edit that you do. Okay. Now, if that sounds weird, don't worry. I'll talk you through it. Now, if I just mute the music just to make something a bit more obvious here. Listen to what it sounds like just before I start speaking in this recording. So you can hear a bit of noise just before the speech comes in. So if I press play. So that was Octopus by Release. Okay, it's not much. You maybe wouldn't notice it if it was on the radio, but if you want to create something that's really polished, here's what you can do to smooth that out. So I'm going to use this magnifying tool. I'm going to zoom in just at there. Okay, now you can see where I've edited this. There's a bit of a sound and then the speech. So if I take my selector tool, go over that, and then if I go to Effect, Fade in. Now it looks like there's nothing there. There probably is something there still, but it'll be less obvious. So that was Octopus by so it just sounds a wee bit smoother. Again, not by much. There's not much in it, but it does just make it sound a little bit more professional. So that was Octopus by Release. Okay, good. Now you'd want to do a fade out and edit on the other side of that as well. So let's see here. So let's say we've got the end of the show over here. So you'd want to do a fade out as well. Just good practice. Okay. That's us finished. Pretend we've done everything there. So what we need to do now is export it. So we're going to File, click on Export as MP3, and this is really important. So you see the quality down here. You can tell when it's low quality. So what we want to do is make sure it's relatively high. So we usually suggest 320 kilobits per second. So now that's saying insane quality. I don't know if that's insane quality, but anyway, we would title the show. So I'm going to just call this Matt's Chat. Let's pretend this is from my imaginary show that's to go out tomorrow on the 26th of March. And then I would just click save. Tracks, but yep, that's fine. Now this is metadata. I wouldn't worry about this. Just click OK. Excuse me, just click OK. Okay. And then, so that's that done. So you could, that will be saved in your computer as well. So if I click on my folder here, and it should be in like Audacity files. Yep. It's always a good idea to listen back to what you've just done. If you've just done an hour's show, it's maybe going to be quite difficult to listen to the full hour. You're probably sick of it already, but it's good practice because that tends to be when you notice any mistakes you might have made and maybe you have to go back again. So always check it out.